Hi guys, and welcome to the State of Crypto, your one-stop source for all crypto-related news. I'm your host Martin, and this is episode 184. Steemit Takeover and Ethereum Classic partners up with Chainlink. Benny, thank you for being here, man. Huge news: crypto exchanges are transferring accounts into U.S. accounts. No more hiding from Uncle Sam and cash. Still a bummer. All right, we'll check that out in a second. Now, if you're catching this from live, welcome. And if you're catching the replay and have any suggestions for us, please leave us a comment below. We're willing to know what you're thinking. If you're catching the replay and have any suggestions, please leave us a comment below. We're really want to know what you're thinking. Anyways, if you want to be up to date with the latest crypto-related news, make sure you subscribe, hit that like button, and that bell so you're notified when we go live. And if you want to keep on chatting with us once the stream is done, you can join us on the Discord. Link is in the description, guys. Happy Tuesday night. I hope you're having a great time. Sorry about starting the stream a little bit later than usual. For some reason, I was having problems with OBS. It wasn't loading properly. Some of the graphics that I use weren't really being there. So I had to restart it and a couple times until it actually came online properly. That's why I was being a little bit delayed. Anyways, like I said, Benny, thank you for being here, man. Thank you for the rest of you guys that are tuned in. We have a couple people watching, so thank you guys you guys are amazing. Anyways, crypto exchanges are transferring accounts into U.S. accounts. Which exchanges, Benny? I haven't seen that article. I was looking through the news today. I didn't see anything regarding that. Let's move on with the articles we're going to cover today, as Benny probably types up this news. And yeah, let's get on with this, right? So we have an article from Ethereum. It's from eToro. It's running Ethereum Classic in Chainlink, though. Chainlink has been requested quite a bit lately, so we're definitely going to cover this small article. It just basically states that Ethereum Classic Labs has announced its partnership with Chainlink to bring decentralized oracles and external data into the Ethereum Classic blockchain. According to an announcement, Ethereum Classic and Ethereum cannot natively interact with data that exists outside of the respective blockchains. However, platforms like Chainlink allow blockchains to access external data securely. Additionally, the service acts as a decentralized oracle by relying on independent data providers and node operators. As a result of the collaboration, the data provided by Chainlink will be accurate, reliable, and free from possible interference. This is beneficial for developers on Ethereum Classic and other blockchains. Now, Ethereum Classic Labs has not disclosed information about the kind of applications that will be developed on Chainlink. It does, however, suggest that oracles are useful when it comes to integrating blockchain with traditional payments systems, market data, and Internet of Things-based insurance data. So again, is it interesting that they're going to be collaborating with Chainlink? Yes, I do believe so, man. It certainly is going to bring interoperability within blockchains, right? Or networks, which is good. Certainly help drive a little bit more adoption, at least better communication, right, between networks. One second, guys. There we go. I think I'm back. Having problems here with... I think the music's too loud, although I have not really changed this. There we go. I'm trying to play with the music volume. It's coming in a little bit too loud on my end, and probably on your end as well. So I'm trying to regulate this a little bit. There we go. I believe it might be good now. Awesome. We have another article. This other article, it's this article that we looked at is from News BTC or FX Street. Sorry, this new article is from Cointelegraph. It basically says Binance CEO Changpeng Zhao announced that the exchange had removed its votes that contributed to a sudden shift of control over the Steem blockchain. Now, if you guys remember, it was brought to our attention yesterday by one of our viewers, Bitcoin Jake, that there apparently had been a takeover of the Steem network by Justin Sun. We couldn't confirm the data because there were no real articles that were reported at that time. However, we have found this article confirming that comment, which is really cool. Anyways, Binance reverses vote in apparent Steem takeover. Steemit.com's head resigns. So earlier today, leading exchanges Binance, Huobi, and Poloniex came under fire for allegedly mobilizing consumer deposits to vote in what has been described as a hostile takeover of popular crypto blogging platform Steemit. Steemit's native blockchain, Steem, uses a proof-of-stake protocol where a small number of witnesses are voted on to secure its network. Votes are allocated according to the number of tokens that an individual holds in their wallet, and Steem's witnesses were ousted in favor of a single user, at Dev365, an account that is allegedly owned by Justin Sun, the founder of Tron. Now, Chang Peng Zhao claimed that he had been made aware of a forthcoming upgrade or hard fork, which he had approved support for. Adding projects do this all the time, and we're usually just in a supportive position. In response to social media furor, Justin Sun also claimed that his votes will be withdrawn. Justin Sun took to Twitter to reject misleading comments regarding the takeover, stating that all parties' votes will be withdrawn. Now, our intention, this is quoting him, right? Our intention was never to take over the network. We wanted to protect the sanctity of the private property and the interest of all from malicious hackers. Now, this is BS. I do believe this is a BS comment, man. This guy's a wimp. You guys remember when like the Chinese authorities were after him, and then he came out with this written reply saying like, "Oh, my superiors, my elders, forgive me. I'm young and brash, and maybe I need a mentorship." You know, he came out with like this BS excuse again. So yeah, he probably did it knowing what was going to happen, but it probably backfired on him because the people didn't take it the way he probably wanted them to take it, and now he's just like trying to save face. That's what I believe it's happening now. Sorry, I dropped something. Yeah, that's what I believe it's happening with Tron. And he probably got the other guys on board. I mean, they are heads of like major exchanges and major one of the major crypto assets. So of course they probably talk to each other, right? And that's why it wouldn't surprise me that they were all in on it, and now they're all just trying to save face because they had to agree. And the fact is that they used the users' votes without confirming, and probably consulting with the users whether or not they wanted to vote in favor or against. So they just, since the tokens were parked in the exchange, they just said, "Oh yeah, we have these tokens, let's vote in favor," you know, whatever. They shouldn't be doing that. It's your tokens. But this brings another case, not your keys, not your crypto, right? The exchanges are taking decisions on behalf of people without consulting with its users or with the actual owner of that cryptocurrency. Anyways, the apparent coup was facilitated by Binance, Huobi, and Poloniex, who staked enormous numbers of Steem tokens in vote of support of removing the previous witnesses. The attempt takeover appeared to have been powered using the deposits of the exchange's customers, with numerous anecdotal reports of delayed withdrawal times for large Tron withdrawals on Binance circulating across crypto Twitter. Ethereum co-founder Vitalik Buterin reacted to the situation, tweeting, "Apparently Steem DPoS got taken over by a big exchange voting with depositor funds. Can anyone confirm and or provide details?" Steem seems like the first big instance of a de facto bribe attack on coin voting. The bribe being exchanges giving hodlers convenience and taking their votes. Again, hi Bitcoin Jake, how's it going, man? We're covering that news article that you brought up yesterday, man. Steemit's head of communications, Andrew Levine, has basically resigned from the project out of protest. And then, if you guys know, on February 14th, it was announced that Steemit would migrate from the Steem blockchain to the Tron network following the company's sales of Tron to Tron, basically Justin Sun. Though purchasing the company, Sun took ownership of the large stash of tokens, compromising approximately 20% of today's Steem supply. So obviously, when he did try to do this takeover, since he owns the network, he wanted to be judge and jury, right? Because he owns a majority of the tokens, so he wanted to be the witness, so he could decide what got processed or not. But all this backfired in his face. So this is like really, really good that everyone is trying to take back their votes, and probably they're gonna reinstate another witness to go ahead and go with this, right? They were able to vote with 41% of the votes. Yes, we didn't get the percentage of votes on this article, but we were talking about the fact that the problem was that exchanges were using the users' votes, right? The people that, like the users of the exchange, if we had our Steem on the platform, they were using that to cast their votes. So again, that's why you should keep your crypto in your wallets and not on the exchanges, right? Not your keys, not your crypto, guys. You need to get this through, because exchanges are going to be taking decisions without consulting you, and in the end, they can affect you. And as a user, you'll be none the wiser because you don't know whether or not they're using your votes, right? They're not notifying you. So that is a huge violation of your rights, I believe, as a user of the exchange, unless in the privacy and terms of service, you have given away those rights. I'm not sure, man. I haven't read all the terms of services of all the exchanges, but the fact that exchanges can use your votes to like move something forward, it's really a big issue that needs to be addressed by the community. Bitcoin Jake saying that he's seen it on chain. Cool, man. On chain. What is on chain? Is that the podcast from? Is that on chain? Isn't that the podcast from Anthony Pompliano or something like that? I don't remember, man. Bittrex stated on Twitter today they would never vote on a user's behalf. Right? Yeah. Well, Bittrex wasn't one of the ones that was mentioned here. Not literally on chain. Okay, cool. The exchanges that were mentioned were Binance, Huobi, and Poloniex. Right? And Poloniex is like Binance and Huobi. I can understand. Right? They're all in like based in Singapore. There are at least Binance is from a Chinese national, well, Chinese Canadian or whatever Changpeng Zhao is, and obviously he could side with Justin Sun, who's also Chinese, and Huobi is also one of those Chinese exchanges. So yeah, they could come in, but Poloniex, a U.S. exchange, it seems like they have a lot to lose. Because someone could probably sue them in U.S. soil for that. And Binance, I believe it probably was Binance, the main Binance network that did this, not Binance US. I would doubt Binance US would like try to do this, particularly because they're starting and they're quite young. So I'm not sure whether or not they want to get into trouble that way. So I'm gonna get a DM here from Bitcoin Jake. He's gonna send me something. So I'll wait for that before I actually switch off to the technicals. And yeah, like I was saying, guys, like I usually don't report on Twitter chat or feed or like Twitter feed until I have confirmation, at least from a reputable outlet. Yeah, no worries, man. Until I have confirmation from a reputable outlet that says the news, right? That they have reported on it, that someone has validated the news, and they're coming out that way. Why? Because some of the news on Twitter are fake news, and we don't want to be a network or a channel that gives out false information. So we try to at least check that information is legit before we actually provide it to you guys. That way you know that when you hear something here on this channel, it's legit. It has been published somewhere. There is some backing to it, and not just a whole bunch of like random Twitter feed chat or like background noise that's going on. Yes, it might take us a little bit longer to report on some key stuff, but at least we're sure that what we're reporting is, or at least should be, validated news, right? Yeah, that's why yesterday I only read the Twitter that Bitcoin Jake, and I said, look, man, I have to get some confirmation as to the article, or at least see it published somewhere. That way I know it's very legit, and then we can do something there. Anyways, Bitcoin Jake's taking a little bit to find that. That's fine. No worries, man. Look, I'll start moving on to the technicals, and then if you send me that, we'll open that article, right? Oh, okay, cool. So you just share something with me. Alrighty. Alright, Big and Jade send this image. I'm gonna try to see if I can make it a little bit bigger. Spotify ads coming in. Alrighty, let's see this. Let's play this one. Alright, so this is apparently witnesses, 96.09% participation. Good guy, wait for you, token. Okay, this image is apparently for the voters. Approval percentage, 41%, 41%, 41.8%. Wow, that's a lot of votes. Yeah. Bias, APR, block size, AC budget, ACDK version. As you can see, all these votes were the last ones that came in, 22.5. That's the last version. The previous one was 22.2. You can see the voters were 41%. Man, that is a lot, dude. Yes, yes. That is something that is very worrisome, right? Seeing this exchange collusion. I'm not sure if you guys can see this. I'm gonna try to zoom in a little bit more. There you go. You might be able to see it a little bit better. Again, I do have my cell phone on here by my side where I try to monitor, and I was noticing that things were very, very small. They might still seem small, but I cannot make him any. I might be able to make him slightly bigger. Let's see this. There we go. All right, yeah, it's seeable. Awesome, I got confirmation. Awesome, man. Thanks, guys. You might be able to see it a little bit better here. All these votes came in last, right? That was in the last block. Version 22.5, right? So you might not be able to see the version now. There we go. A little bit less. Awesome, there we go. Version 22.5. Now you should be able to see it. Yeah. Anyways, yes, it is worrying that exchanges are able to do this, right? Yeah, I was doing control mouse wheel to zoom, but I wanted to center this on the screen so it was viewable. Because I'm not projecting my whole screen. I do have, like, I'm only projecting like this part of my screen, and I still have like this much hidden where I have other stuff that I look at while I do this, right? So I'm only like showing a portion of the whole screen. I would guess if I had to say by percentage wise, I'm probably projecting. I have two screens, one here and one here, but I also have data here on the side of where I'm not projecting. So I do have, like, maybe I'm using about 75% of the screen when I'm projecting. So yeah, that's probably why you guys see 25%. 75%. I have 25% free on the side, and on the bottom, very small amount where I can have other stuff to look at, right? Anyways, we're gonna move on to the technicals. And like I said, dude, it's worrying that exchanges are able to, like, do this kind of collusion and use the users' votes to sway or make decisions without consulting with the users. They should, at least for things like this, they should come up with a way where you, as a user, like kind of like in the US, right? Like you have you vote, and then you're not really voting. You vote for the candidate, which is what happened with Hillary Clinton, right? She won the popular vote, meaning more people voted for her, but the Electoral College ended up deciding for Trump, right? So they could do something similar. You could vote in the exchange, but then if a percentage of the people that are in the exchange vote, like a majority, like end up voting that they wanted to go ahead, then the exchange could vote to go ahead using everyone's vote. That would be a little bit more legit than them just going in and taking votes without consulting with people, right? They should at least have some sort of buffer where you're asked when you're in the exchange whether or not you want to vote and which way you want your vote to go. Or if you don't care, you just want the exchange to, like, go ahead and vote for you, they should enable that option, and then you would be good to go. Anyways, move on to the next article. Sorry, move on to the technicals. And we are back. Awesome. Thank you guys for staying with us. Still struggling here a little bit with the music. Apparently volume went up all the way again. There we go. Trying to regulate this. For some reason, like, my volume just increased like crazy. Anyways, I'm trying to get it to where you guys can hear a little bit of the music in the background, just to, like, kill that awkward silence when I pause to look at something. And that is not so loud that you cannot hear me properly, right? And I don't have to be screaming over the mic. Anyways, let's go look at market cap. What's happening? We had this hidden bullish divergence that we're still playing off. Try to rally, failing again. Got a nice impulse. Not very strong, though. Right now, trying to go down a little bit. It could seem like we're flagging or not, but I would expect for this to, like, go up a little bit more. Hopefully. I would want to see this at least come up and touch the 20. Simple moving average, meaning more money coming into the cryptosphere yesterday. Money flowing out of the cryptosphere, 1.89%. Approximately 4.71 billion from an opening of 249 200.93 billion, closing at 241.49 billion. Right now, sitting at 247.27 billion, it's 0.84% move to the upside, or $2.07 billion. I see a lot of dough. Again, a little bit for the overall crypto market, but again, overall it's a sizable amount of cash, right? Who wouldn't want to have $2.07 billion just sitting in their bank account? So it's a lot of dough. Bitcoin dominance. Let's go look at that. Bitcoin sitting at 65.04% of market dominance. Yeah, it means price is going up, right? Because dominance is going down. Again, inversely correlated. Look at this. Price of dominance of Bitcoin going up here the previous day, right? So yesterday, from 65.10, closing at 65.14, it's 0.09% move to the upside. Right now, moving down 0.15%, sitting at 65.04. And look at the price of Bitcoin, right? Doing the opposite. Yesterday went down, today going up. I'm waiting for this to switch. There we go. Right, yesterday going down, today going up. Sitting at $8,813.89. What's happening? We seem to have rejected again around 8,900. We actually managed to go. We're open at 8,911, and then from there we just moved down. Right, we tried to rally a little bit more. We at least got to a height of 8,927. Not a lot more, but a little bit more, and then rejected from there. Again, something I do like. We have traded this kind of channel, right? This down, falling, this down sloping channel that you could call a flag after it impulse down. We said usually break to the upside, which we did break to the upside, and we came back and retested. We're retesting this as a valid breakout. We hit kind of close to it. We didn't quite hit it spot on, but we hit quite close to it and bounced from there, which is good. We rejected getting back into this channel, giving us a valid breakout and a new way to look at this. So again, I want to see this go up a little bit more. Day's still young, still has 20 hours to go. So I want to see how this keeps on developing, right? Awesome. So let's see what else. Sitting neutral on the RSI at 42.41. Dominance, momentum decreasing. And let's look at this against the 200 simple moving average. There's really nothing else developing, right? We had the hidden bullish playing out, breaking out of the down sloping channel to the upside as we kind of expected, hitting a resistance at 8,983 or close to it. We kind of had this already placed, and then breaking down from there, reversal, bouncing, and then going from there. So again, nothing too weird happening. But let's look at the 200 simple moving average, right? And other than that, there's really nothing else developing yet that we can call on here. On the 200, we're still above it. We seem to have bounced right on it. I'm going to do this here on the side. I was going to screw my graph a little bit, and I'm going to have to come in and out again. Look, we did manage to hit right on it, right? Yesterday, we kind of broke below it, but bulls pushes back above it again. Right now, we seem to have hit it spot on, right? Let's see, the low. What was the lowest low? 8,727. And this, the Bollinger Band, or the middle part of the Bollinger Band, the 200 simple moving average right now is at 8,720. So we're $2 away from it. So you could technically say we bounced from it and rejected lower prices. Again, very, very good stuff, right? We don't want to be below that. Being below that puts us on the bear trend. We want to stay above it. However, the more we bounce on it, the more likely we are to break it to the downside. So I want to see these get as far away from the 200 simple moving average as possible. Now, I'm going to switch this back to 20 and go into the shorter time scales. There we go. Alright, let's go to the 4 hours, see what's happening, man. Okay, cool. So, yesterday, right, we were talking about this. I think we were on this 6 p.m. We were talking about the hidden bearish, right? Potential price action to the downside. And we're seeing that coming and moving us down, right? Again, we managed to go to the 20 simple moving average on the 4 hours and bounce from there. I haven't really looked at the market today, throughout the day. So while I'm doing this with you guys today, it's like if I'm seeing it for the first time. I'm seeing that whatever we called yesterday is playing off. So again, that's pretty legit. Bouncing of the 20, which is good. Trying to get back above on this area. Just want to see whether or not we're going to do it. It's good that we're using the 20 simple moving average as support. However, like I said, we want to get away from it to get higher prices. Now, sitting neutral on the RSI at 51.03. There's really nothing else happening because we're not making any negative momentum that we can chart. And on the RSI, we're going from a low to a higher low. Low on the RSI, higher on the RSI. Really nothing happening on the 4 hours. Again, it seems like it's a slow day today. We just moved down a little bit, and now we're starting to go up a little bit, right? That's it. Let's go on the 4 hour, on the 1 hour. On the 1 hour, last thing we had was bullish divergence that we call on the first. Yesterday we were going up. We didn't have anything to chart this price action to the downside, except for what we had on the 4 hours, which is good. We ended up breaking below the 20 simple moving average at midnight. And you know what I told you guys. We broke below it. We tried to get above it again. Failed, right? We break above it. Failed in the next one. Break below it. Breaking above it right now and seem to be holding it. But again, failing usually gets us to lower prices. Now, did we create something? I do believe we might have created bullish divergence. This is a 22.57 negative. And this is 20.97 negative. So, of course, losing, right, negative momentum, meaning you have less negative momentum, and you're going lower in your price. On the RSI, we don't have anything like that, right? We're going from a low to a lower low. But on the MACD, we do have this going on and creating that strong bullish divergence, which is helping us to pump a little bit. Now, do I really care much about this right now? Not really. Right now, I'm out of Bitcoin. I'm still trying to find that area of reversal and potential in again. I'm not going to make the same call I did last time. I'm not going to go in here because I'm still trying to determine whether or not it's going to get outside of these 8,800. So potentially my new in would be above 8,800. Will I leave some money on the table? Yes. Am I okay with it? It's $200 right now, so it's really not that much. Would I be okay with that? Yes, because I'll be much more sure that this is going to play out. Right, we have touched this again, like here and back here, and we have been failing to get above it. So until we get above this 8,900, I wouldn't be looking for an in unless we really drop drastically in price and we create some strong divergence, and then I can see a much more or a stronger potential move to the upside. Then yes, I might be going in. But from here to here is 200. There's a lot of downside potential right now. And the upside potential from here to here and get rejected, it's only 200, but the chances it could go down even farther are much higher right now. So again, right now my position would be slightly bearish, even though we're above that 200 simple moving average. I'll be slightly bearish until we get above 8,800, and that is just because of getting $200 versus losing something like coming back here and hit 8,500, right? So you have like 300 to the downside, 200 to the upside. There's a little bit more of a chance that you could come down here and do a double bottom at some point in time, right? And try to rally from there. And that would be a very good reversal pattern. So again, the upside here is not that much, right? I would much rather get in above 8,983. And then from there on, I would definitely be much happier. That way we'll confirm that we've hidden the supply that's here. And we can look for the next area of supply, which could come in at a higher point. Sitting neutral on the RSI at 53.42. That's it for Bitcoin. That's it for Bitcoin. I'm going to move on to Ethereum, guys. If you guys have any coins you want me to look at, please put them out on the chat, and we'll look at them. Thank you guys for watching. Again, that's our Twitter if you guys want to follow us there. And, okay, let's go look at Ethereum. What's happening on the daily, man? Yesterday we lost dominance, 1.74%. Today we're gaining dominance, 0.57%. Sitting at 10.09% market cap. Is it good? Yes, man. Above 9, above 8 is very good, man. I do like how much dominance it has gained. From January until now, it has gained a lot of dominance. It's good for Ethereum, and it has been good for the cryptosphere, right? Ethereum sitting at $226.56. We had this, we broke it to the upside again, managed to stay outside of this pennant that we made, and we're using a support, right? We managed to close outside of it, using a support right now, bouncing from it. Again, we seem to have divergence here developing on a shorter time scale. Even though I fixed this yesterday, it's still showing up here. I was positive that I did yesterday with you guys. See, this is instead of fixing the charts, right? There we go. So on the 4 hours, we had moving to the downside. We did get it yesterday. Right now we're bouncing, right? Sitting neutral on the RSI at 47.49. Don't have much going on except for the hidden bullish that we had on the first, and that's what's moving us to the upside. Again, we're following the market as well. Really nothing to write home about. Let me play something else here on the side. We'll do this one. All right, let's go to the 4 hours. What's happening on the 4 hours? We had this divergence. We called it yesterday, hidden bearish. We also had it here on the RSI on a different time frame, right? Remember, guys, we talked about this. So potential price action to the downside. We did get it to play out beautifully to the downside, getting below that 20 simple moving average shortly, and reversal, right? So if we manage to stay above, we might be looking to higher prices. Again, we don't have anything on the bottom part to call bullish right now, except for this bullish, strong bullish divergence that we had that helped us rally. Again, this bearish breaking us down a little bit, but we still haven't gotten below this point with negative momentum. There's a chance we could try to rally again, and if we do that, depending on how strong we go, we could go somewhere like higher and still go lower and create strong bearish divergence and break, unless we get higher momentum or also higher on the RSI, which then we will be good, right? That's something that we should look out for if we try to bounce from here, determine whether or not we're gonna make divergence before actually taking a position. All right, cool. So that's it for Ethereum on the 4 hours. There's really not much developing until today. So again, sitting neutral on the RSI at 49.53. Let's go to the 1 hour. On the 1 hour, we call a bullish divergence on the first. Again, there was nothing happening on the shorter term. This would have been by 3 p.m. Let's see. Yeah, maybe, man, but it's too small, right? I probably just didn't call this one yesterday on the 1 hour. It was tiny. Well, yeah, you know, it's there. It's bearish divergence. Price action to the downside. We did get it to play out. Bounce off the 20. Failed to hold it. Break below it. Try to get above it again. Failed. And then broke down again. Remember, when we fail, we usually look for lower prices. Try to get that divergence to come in and help us. But we don't have divergence developing here like we did with Bitcoin. So again, probably following the market, which would be legit. And we will also be making a hidden bullish, right? Going from a low to a high. Going from negative momentum to more negative momentum. And on the RSI, we'll be congruent. Low, high, right? We're going with the market on the RSI. Just on the MACD, we seem to have this kind of hidden, well, not kind of, it is hidden, a bullish divergence. Price continuation, we're getting that bounce, getting us above that 20. Starting to break down a little bit. Let's wait and see how this develops. We're starting to make that positive momentum. And again, sitting neutral on the RSI at 52.53. There's a chance we might test the 20 and bounce from it and look for higher prices. That's it for Ethereum. Let's go to XRP. XRP dominance, what's happening? Yesterday, losing dominance, 0.40%. Today, losing 0.26%, sitting at 4.17% of market cap. The price of XRP is sitting at a mighty 23 cents, 23.488 cents. Man, are we following the market? Yes, hidden bullish, price action to the upside. Here we failed to break outside of the falling wedge. We're still within it. So again, not the strongest looking, sitting neutral on the RSI, but barely, almost hitting sold at 41.15. Really not too excited about Ripple right now. Although it has a lot of upside potential, but, you know, really not something that I'm... And don't get me wrong, guys, it is my HODL project. That's the only bag that I HODL constantly, because I do believe in the project long term. However, I'm not too excited of what I'm seeing right now. So don't get me wrong, just because I'm not happy with the way it's performing does not mean I'm dissing on it. I don't diss on any cryptos. I do like all of them. I do believe each and every one of them has its own specific purpose. So, all right. So we talked about this yesterday, right? High, higher high, high on the RSI, higher on the RSI. Sorry, positive momentum, more positive momentum, high on the RSI, higher on the RSI, right? So we're growing with the market. We didn't have anything bearish. We're moving down because the market's moving down. But if you look at this, we have not moved down as sharp as the rest of the market. We actually didn't even get below that 20 simple moving average. We're managing to hold it. Bollinger Bands seem to be tightening. We're kind of channeling right now in the Bollinger Bands. We might get some sort of explosive move. Now, besides this strong bullish divergence from the first, there's really nothing else that has happened. Again, high, low, lower, high, low, lower, right? High, low, lower. Again, going with the market. Nothing too excited. We're about to cross. It seems like we're about to cross the MACD over the signal line, right? The blue over the red, going under it, and that could potentially bring negative momentum, and we might see some movement to the downside. Let's wait and see, though. There could be one of those like minor islands that we make where it's really not significant, and then we pump from there, right? Again, let's wait and see what actually happens. If we go down, we could create again some legit divergence. From here, we're going from a negative, so from a low to a lower low, going from negative momentum to zero, right? But if we get a small island and we go lower, we could anchor to a new negative momentum, being less negative momentum, creating that legit bullish divergence, and then probably getting a stronger pump. And we'd only be looking for it on the MACD, because on the RSI we're so much higher that to get this divergence to play out, we're probably not even going to get it on the RSI. So let's go to the 1 hour. On the 1 hour chart, we had bearish divergence. We called it out yesterday, 4 p.m., right? So we were here live at 9 p.m. on this candle above the 20. We were talking about potential that price action to the downside if we didn't hold this. We failed to hold it at 10 p.m. Look at this. Break down, try to get above it, failed, move to a lower low, and then try to get above it, and finally getting above it. But right now we're testing that 20 simple moving average, starting to get more contraction of the Bollinger Bands. Now let me check this out. 76, 69, 69, dudes. Wasn't that the line from Rufus on like Bill and Ted? Excellent Adventure, or yeah, something like that. Anyways, on the other side we don't have anything, but here against the MACD we do have strong bullish divergence. Price action to the upside, we're getting it to play out. We failed at the 20 MA once, rejected twice, and then we actually broke above it, right? The more we test it, the more likely we are to break it. Starting to make positive momentum, even though it seems like it's going to be short-lived. By the way, did you guys know there's going to be a new Bill and Ted movie coming out? Like Bill and Ted 3? I'm really excited for it. If you guys have seen Bill and Ted, it's a really good movie, man. Excellent Adventure is really good. Bogus Journey, with what was it, like robot Bill and Ted robot asses? Yeah, that's the one where they die, and that one's not so much fun, I guess. The funnier one is, yeah, dude, the funniest one was the first one, I think, so far. But I'm really excited to see what is it, Keanu Reeves and the other guy, Pepper, or whatever his name is, coming out with Wild Stallions again, right? So they're actually already filming it. This is gonna be Bill and Ted Face the Music, and the other guy is actually Alex Winter. Sorry, I forgot his name. Which is gonna be pretty legit, man. It's gonna be fun. I'm really excited for that movie, man. Sorry, guys. Checking something here inside. So, just so you know what we're talking about, right? The Bill and Ted image release as director hints at real-time plot device. So again, you see them back as Wild Stallions, and which is pretty good now. Bill and Ted 3, starring Keanu Reeves and Alex Winter. So okay, they're already going ahead with it, so it's gonna be pretty good, man. Again, I'm really excited for this movie. It certainly seemed to have defined a generation, right, Bill and Ted? They even had their cartoon, man. So that's pretty legit. All right, cool. So we finished with XRP, I think. Yeah, we're staying neutral on their side at 50.33. Really, nothing exciting happening. Bullish divergence, price action to the upside, and really has not finished playing out. Again, I don't want to call this one out yet, but it would be the same. It wouldn't be the same. From here to here, right? And I'm going to get rid of this in a second. I just want to point something out. We went from a negative to a positive, going from a high to a lower high. To get rid of this, we need to go higher than this price, right? Whatever this opening was, which was 23.89. If we get above that, we're good. Below that, we're going to create hidden bearish price action to the downside or price continuation, which might not be good, right? That's what I'm looking at on XRP right now. Let's move on to Litecoin. Litecoin dominance on the daily. Bearish divergence, price action to the downside. Again, we're trying to gain dominance, right? We gained dominance yesterday, 1.33%. Today, losing 0.22%. Sitting at 1.59% of market cap. The price of Litecoin at $61.33, man. Again, bearish, right? Following wedge, breaking to the upside again, as expected. Nice. Yesterday, price action to the downside, but today recovering what we lost yesterday. Almost 100% recovery of what we lost yesterday, which is pretty good. So let's see, hidden bullish again. Really nothing happening in the shorter term. Neutral on the RSI at 42.30. Let's go to the 4 hours because there's really nothing on the daily. Bullish divergence, right? We were calling it yesterday. Price action to the upside, or you're actually calling it the first. Playing beautifully, and again holding the 20 better than anyone else. We haven't even touched it that much, and bouncing, right, and then holding above it, so that's pretty good. And then on the RSI, we're just going with the flow, right? Nothing really exciting on the RSI. Nothing here, like high, higher high, lower high, positive, same, negative, high, higher, less. Again, really not much happening. Neutral on the RSI, 51 point. What do we call it at? 51.49. Let's go to the 1 hour, man. On the 1 hour. Okay, sorry, on the 4 hours, I forgot to look at something. I gotta look at the last actual positive momentum. Let's see where this is at. 75. 75. Alright, so, there's really nothing. This would be a straight line, and then you would be coming in. You're converging on the top part. That's really nothing bearish. For you to have hidden bearish, you need to be coming from a high to a lower high on the price, and then on your oscillator, you have to be going from a low to a higher, right? On the top part of the chart, right? On the top part of the charts. If you had this on the bottom part of the charts like this, and then like this on the oscillator, then you will be having strong bullish. On the top parts, we call bearish stuff. On the bottom part, we call bullish stuff, right? So again, really, we don't have anything. You just go flat. It's not a type of divergence on the top. It is a type of divergence on the bottom, and it would depend where you would get it. If you get it on the top of the price, we already explained this a while back. But if you get it on the top of the price, and then you have divergence, right, or coming in the bottom, or going away, sorry, on the bottom part, you would have like class B or type 2. And then if you will be going flat on the bottom and going higher on the top, right, diverging, you'll be having like class type 3, class C, weak bearish divergence, right? But again, this is really not playing out to anything right now. So because it's coming in, we're going like this right now, right? So that's nothing. Anyways, let's move on to Litecoin on the 1 hour. On the 1 hour divergence, we had bullish price action to the upside. Good. We called this out yesterday or 2 days ago. Nothing happening short term though. This happened at 5 in the morning, so we managed to go slightly higher, I do believe, on that price. Coming in definitely much lower, creating bearish divergence, strong price action to the downside. Get that small drop coming back up. Again, low, lower low, negative momentum, more negative momentum. This would be 18 and this is 19, so slightly more. Also lower on the RSI, going with the market, taking that nice bounce, getting above that 20 simple moving average and holding it right now. Really nothing bullish. Let me see, 22, and then this obviously less, also low, high. Really nothing else, just going with the market on Litecoin. Move on to Binance. What is happening with Binance on the daily? Yesterday, we gained a little bit of dominance, 0.57%. Today, gaining a little bit more, 0.60%. Sitting at 1.26% market cap. The price of Binance, $19.90. Again, upsloping channel. We're still following it. Usually, you break this to the downside, so again, not too excited about this happening with Binance. But we seem to be holding at least the support of the bottom part of the upsloping channel. Again, hidden bullish price action to the upside. We're getting that to play out. That's it. Sitting neutral on the RSI at 45.57. Let's go to the 4 hour. All right, on the 4 hour, we were looking for this hidden bearish, right? Which you could say we have, and then it turned into strong bearish, right? We were starting to move down a little bit, held at 20, bounced from it, and getting a new track to come in and play here. I think this is the one I just played, so let's play this one. Alright, so what I'm going to do right now is I'm going to change something here on the chart, because something else came into play, and I'll just show it to you at the same time without changing stuff, right? So, alright, something that we were looking for yesterday, and it did play out, right? We're going from a high to a lower high, going from a low on the RSI to a higher on the RSI, right? Creating hidden bearish divergence. All right, so we got that to play out. Slightly move down, hit the 20, bounce from it again. That's something that we should expect to happen. At least hit the 20 and test it. And now, why am I saying that something new is happening? Well, when we hit this bounce, went from a high on the MACD to a lower high on the MACD, right? So positive momentum, less positive momentum. Going from a low to a high, again diverging on the price, creating strong bearish divergence, breaking down again. Not as strong though, holding the 20, but again, we do have this divergence, and this would just have gone higher. So this one kind of got erased, and this one came into play. So again, bearish divergence, strong potential price action to the downside. Not sure whether or not this has finished. Set neutral on the RSI at 54.73. That's it for Binance on the 4 hours. Let's go to the 1 hour. All right, so we had divergence yesterday. Price action to the downside, got it to play out. Again, pumping from there. Low, higher, low, negative, less negative, low on the RSI, high on the RSI. Going with the market. Pump a little bit higher, right? What do we create? Strong bearish again, right? High, higher high. Positive momentum, less positive momentum. High on the RSI. Let's see, I do believe we might be lower. 67.31, 67.58, slightly higher. So again, strong bearish divergence against the MACD. Price action to the downside, breaking down. Then taking a rally from there. Now, what could have happened? Let's see. Do we have something here? No. So we're low, higher low, negative momentum, less negative momentum, low on the RSI, higher on the RSI. Short term though. Low, lower low, negative momentum, more negative momentum, low on the RSI, lower on the RSI. We're going with the market, right? So again, probably bouncing because the rest of the market is bouncing, and we're just following the leader, which is Bitcoin right now. That'll be it for this. Again, I do believe Benny requested Encash at the beginning, or at least he typed something about Encash, so we'll look at that. And then if no other requests come in, that'll be it for tonight. Encash, let's go look at that. Again, I hated this one because it's so messy. So we had divergence, called it out, price action to the upside. We got it to pump a little bit. Coming back down though, so again, indecision happening on the market. Let's go to the 4 hours. Again, divergence, price action to the upside, got it to play beautifully. Now, let's see, high, what was this? 1118, 112, 118. So again, high, higher high, positive, higher, high, higher. So I'll go with the market, breaking down a little bit, not too much. I hate this chart, man. It's so choppy. The movements are so sharp that makes it so hard to like chart properly, particularly because of the long wicks and the way the bodies stand, right? Sitting neutral on there is at 41.55. Let's go to the 1 hour. In the 1 hour we had bearish to the downside, then we pumped on bullish, potentially the small bullish that we have. Fudge, man, what do we have here? We might be able to chart something from here, I guess. All right, so this could be it. I mean, right, low, lower. Yeah, I guess that's gonna be it, man. So we seem to have some hidden bullish price action to the upside, but we're not seeing it play out. We're just getting above that 20 simple moving average. But again, this chart is so the movements are so sharp that there's really, it just looks flat, man. All right, it's just weird to chart this. Right, that's gonna be it, man. Sorry, dude, Benny. This chart is so weird that it's just like, I don't like when the charts are like this, and it just makes it so difficult to chart properly. Anyways, if there's no more requests, guys, we're gonna call it a stream for tonight. Thank you guys for being here. Again, you guys are amazing. Thank you for showing up on an awesome Tuesday night. I hope you're having a great time. Go enjoy your nights, the rest of your night. Have fun. Talk to your friends, to your family, to your coworkers. Let them know that we are here. This is the State of Crypto. I'm your host, Martin. It has been a pleasure being here with you guys tonight. Sorry, Ben. Yeah, like I said, man, I try to do what I can with this chart. It's just so weird to look at. But again, expecting the bounce. The price did go up, but not much though. Anyways, like I said, thank you for being here, guys. Talk about crypto to your friends, to your family, to your coworkers. This is Steemit Crypto. I'm your host, Martin. A pleasure being here with you guys tonight. You just got home? No worries, bro. I know you travel usually this time. I hope you're doing good on your school, man. For those of you that don't know, Benny is one of our oldest watchers here on the channel. He has been with us for a long time, and he's studying at night electrician school, so which is pretty cool. And yeah, he joins us whenever he has a chance. So you know, that's pretty cool that you're here, bro. I do appreciate that. Anyways, like I said, guys, thanks for being here. Thanks for joining us. Thanks for being a part of this community. That's going to be all for tonight, guys. Yeah. You guys are amazing. Then Benny just typed something out. I'll play out the outro song, and I'll check that out real quick, though. I'm Martin because he's ethical and smart with crypto. Yeah, thanks, Ben. That means a lot to me, man. Thanks for the kind words. Guys, this is going to be all for tonight. I'll catch you tomorrow for another edition of Steemit Crypto. Remember, no stream on Friday. I have a concert. I'm going with my dad to a concert. I haven't seen my dad in a long time, so I'm excited to at least go to a concert with him. And he's going to stay here on the weekend, so Saturday stream is going to be disrupted. I'm not sure what time I'm going to be able to do it. I do want to hang out with my dad for a while and have him hang out with my son for a while, because we only see him like once every 2 years for Christmas. And then either he comes visit or when I have a chance to go visit, but it's rare that we see each other. Usually because we live far away and it's just hard for me to travel to see him that often. So yeah, anyways, I'm excited, and we'll see how the weekend goes, right? Anyways, thank you guys for being here. I'll catch you tomorrow for another edition of Steemit Crypto. Stay cool.